say you wanted a bike that was light and fast like a road bike, but could also handle mud and unpaved roads. It would have thicker tires for better grip and increased comfort without sacrificing too much speed on pavement. The bike you'd be looking for would be a cyclocross bike. That's probably not what you thought I was going to say, right? Well, before gravel became the big industry buzzword, cyclocross bikes were the main option for a lightweight off-road riding. They were quicker and lighter than mountain bikes, but had cantilever brakes and increased tire clearance when compared to road bikes. Since gravel bikes took over, they become less popular, and you can get a pretty good deal on one if you look at the second-hand market. I got the Specialized Crux used and set it up for lightweight touring and bikepacking. The model I have is the 2013 Crux Comp. It's got a carbon fiber frame and fork. Some people are terrified of carbon and wouldn't tour on a carbon bike. I'm not one of those people. The fact is, modern carbon is oftentimes stronger than aluminum or steel, with loads of stress tests out there to prove it. Many modern mountain bike frames are carbon and they're ridden much harder than a touring bike, yet I don't see them breaking at any higher rate. To this day, the only frame that failed me was a steel Surly. Check out my video getting it welded back together. This carbon frame is very light and I find the ride super comfortable. Here's how the bike came originally. Check out this little chain catcher on the front derailleur. The bike originally came with Shimano 105 components, a FSA BB30 crankset and DT Swiss wheels. The previous owner upgraded mine to Ultegra components including the wheel set, and a BB30 to Shimano bottom bracket converter. The first thing I did was replace the stock cantilever brakes with TRP Mini V brakes. I find them so much stronger and their cable pull ratios easily match to the road style integrated shifters. I wanted to have very low gearing for hillier terrain, so I went with this mountain bike Shimano XT crankset. The teeth count on the chain rings is only 34-24, making my lowest gear a 24-32 combo, which is about 20 gear inches. Setting up this crankset did take a bit of effort. I needed to buy spindle spacers, since mountain bike cranks usually require 73mm bottom bracket shells, and the BB30 to Shimano adapter won't allow me to use the regular Shimano bottom bracket spacers. The frame also requires a braze-on front derailleur. None of the recent Shimano mountain bike double derailleurs are braze-on, so I opted for a road triple. The front shifting isn't perfect, but works well enough for me. I wanted a more upright riding position, so I changed the stem for one with a huge plus 30-degree angle. At this height, I'm comfortable riding in the drops and the hoods. The wheels are Shimano Ultegra and are set up tubeless with Hutchinson cross tires. I love this combo. The tires are only 34mm wide, but I can run them at very low pressures, and they feel as comfortable as much fatter tires do. The tubeless setup is pretty easy with this wheel set. The spoke nipples actually screw into the outside of the rim, so there are no spoke holes on the inside and I don't even need a rim strip. Lastly, I threw on a new carbon seat post and a more comfortable Specialized saddle. Cyclocross bikes aren't really designed for touring and do have a few disadvantages compared to traditional touring bikes, or gravel bikes for that matter. Cross bikes tend to prioritize responsiveness and tight cornering over comfort. They tend to have shorter chainstays, higher bottom brackets, making them a bit less stable on descents. They often have shorter head tubes, which I partially adjust for with my dorky stem. Still, most of these design features are less aggressive than they are on a road bike, so just a few adjustments that could do the job really well. There are no rack braze-ons on this bike for carrying gear, so I opted for more of a bikepacking setup with various bags strapped to the frame and bars. I've used this setup for short camping trips and longer credit card style tours of around a week. The front bag fits quite a lot. I usually keep my tent in there when I'm camping, and often my layers that I expect to use while I ride. Sometimes I strap a jacket to the top as well. The seat pack holds my overnight stuff. It's harder to pack, so I prefer not to mess with it until I get to where I'm going for the night. I usually have my toiletries, change of clothes in here along with my spare tube, and cooking gear if needed. I keep a strap on it for a little extra stability, though it doesn't really sway enough to bother me without it. This one is only about 11-liter capacity, and I'm thinking of upgrading to something larger. This skinny frame bag is very useful for longer items. I like it because I can still carry 2 water bottles with it on. I often put my rain clothes in it, along with my arm warmers and leg warmers for quick access. This small top tube bag is nice for anything I'll be needing to access frequently, like tools, snacks, etc. I also found it fits my mirrorless camera quite well, so I've been keeping it there. The feed bags are indispensable. They are super versatile. I can put a water bottle in there if I needed to carry more than 2. I often put my gloves in them, my snacks, and other things. The best use though is for my portable charger. I keep my phone on my bars and keep it charged throughout the ride. This way I can use GPS with the screen on the whole time and not worry about the phone dying. These bags are cheap and have many mounting options, so they'll fit any bike in a number of different places. One more thing I always have with me is a tiny packable backpack. I keep it for emergencies in case I need to carry something that just won't fit in other bags. I also use it to carry things when I'm off the bike. All in all, this bike's been great for longer trips, mostly on road, but with some gravel and dirt trails mixed in. It's light, quick, and comfortable, but still handles pretty well. Anyway, thanks for watching.